We got nothing here. We can't hear anything.
Nothing's coming.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to fake it. Fake it. No. Get ready.
Hi, my name is Audra Wilson, and I'm the president and CEO of the Cyber Center on Poverty Law. You can visit us at www.povertylaw.org. Hey, cousins. Now it's time for the family. My name is Audra Wilson, and I'm the president and CEO of the Schreiber Center on Poverty Law. You can visit us at www.povertylaw.org. Hey, cousins. Now it's time for the family meeting news.
This is Michelle Peltier, and here's what we're following on the family meeting. The FBI has fired a group of agents who knelt during protests over the police killing of George Floyd. The group of agents reportedly knelt as a de-escalation tactic, but some viewed the move as a political statement. An internal review conducted shortly after the incident concluded that the gesture wasn't intended as a sign of solidarity, but a response to an intense encounter between protesters and law enforcement. In a statement, the FBIAA said the dismissals affected more than a dozen special agents, including several military veterans. Apple has taken down an app that uses crowdsourcing to flag sightings of U.S. immigration agents after coming under pressure from the Trump administration. IceBlock, a free iPhone-only app that lets users anonymously report and monitor activity by immigration and customs enforcement officers, was no longer available on Apple's App Store as of Friday. The developer had confirmed its removal on Thursday evening. The developer said last month that it had more than 1 million users. Even though it has been removed from the app marketplace, listen to this, those who have already downloaded the app should still be able to use it. Apple said it removed apps like IceBlock due to the potential for risks that were raised by law enforcement. Sure. Mayor Brandon Johnson said the city is considering legal action Friday after the White House froze $2.1 billion in federal funding for two major Chicago transit projects over an investigation into racial preferences in contracting. The latest fusillade in President Donald in DT's escalating campaign against blue cities and states during the U.S. government shutdown. The pause threatens a plan to build 4 additional stations along the Red Line, stretching the transit line south by 5.6 miles to 130th Street, in what former CTA President Dorwell Carter said in January would undo nearly 60 years of racial inequity in transit. Please visit our webpage, tfmradio.com. You can subscribe and follow us on Fanbase, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, Spotify, Blue Sky, and Twitter. Oh, is there Power? What? Power? Is that another app that I forgot? Also, subscribe and follow our YouTube channel to view us live and receive reminders when we're on the air. You can also listen to us on Tuesdays on WARR Radio, WARRradio.com, where community comes to listen in North Carolina. We'll be right back.
Hey, Family Meeting cousins. As you know, we've created a Patreon Family Meeting subscription and membership page to include you great listeners in our effort and give you a chance to very economically promote your business, organization, or local event. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to get your message out and support the Family Meeting as a viable voice. We know you appreciate our permanent interest dialogue, get up and dance playlist, and our great guests who stop by. So become a cousin and go to our website, tfmradioshow.com, and click the link.
KimBrownInternational.com. I listen to the family meeting.
Hi, this is Tommy Nelson. Visit me at A Custom Cabinet Design, Facebook.com. I listen to the family meeting.
Welcome to the worldwide headquarters of the family meeting. It's family meeting time, y'all. I'm your boy E. Grab your phones and find us on social media. Like, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all the rest of the places that Michelle listed earlier, because that's where the conversation continues when we're not here in studio. Also, be sure to visit our webpage. That's tfmradioshow.com, tfmradioshow.com. You'll find archive broadcast, music playlist, and a link to the live show right there, right now. It's tfmradioshow.com. And the Space Shuttle Cockpit, I could presume that it's Bobby Longstroke. I don't know for sure.
Is that you, Devin? I need to talk
I think it's
to
Bobby
you.
Longstroke, yeah. We're not getting a sound from the studio today, but they're getting ours, so that's all that matters. Hey, man, listen, when you're on that website, tfmradioshow.com, make sure you mash the button to become a patron. For as little as $5 a month, you can contribute to keeping us on the air. Or you can skip it and say, I'm not giving them anything because I don't want them on the air. You can speak to us either way. Do that for me, will you? tfmradioshow.com, tfmradioshow.com. The number is 773-763-9278, 773-763-9278. Hey, Michelle, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, get up on your mic now. Okay?
People are telling me that it's in my face.
Yeah, you got to turn it to the side like this.
I'd like it in my face, though.
Turn it to the side like that. There you go. There you go. They want to see you because you got fans.
I don't know why.
Because you got fans.
I don't.
You know, it's a light skin thing. They like the light skinned people when they are on the air. They like
I
the
feel
light-skinned
judgment.
people. I'm not judging. I'm just saying you get to be in the house. The rest of us.
Stop it. Just stop.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
I'm in the field, too.
Mm-hmm. You're just bringing food out to us.
You wrong for that.
Mm. Hey, I want to double back a little bit here. I was thinking about our the questions that we had.
Mm-hmm.
Seem to have lost sight of those a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
especially as things become what they have become here recently. And I dare say, when I hear people in the media talk about taking steps towards a fascist state,
Yeah.
there's no more steps. They're there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's already happening.
We're here.
Yeah, it's too late.
Live.
Yeah, you don't have any. There's no John Wayne.
What would we want him though?
Yeah, well, him either. But yeah, there's no dude in a white hat that's coming to rescue the country. All the dudes in the white hats have resigned, quit, or retired. What do you have to do to be recognized as a terrorist or a savage? When is it okay to kill children? I'm reading them all now. What's the time limit on things we should never forget? What's the time limit on no take-back rules? I may throw that in there. No take-backs. Remember that. Is it okay for false history to be taught in schools? Is it okay? What do you have to do to be considered a pioneer, or as they say nowadays, a settler? And how much wealth is enough? Interesting week, and I don't usually do this a lot, but I found it very intriguing based on the conversation we had last week about the statistics around white dudes. Let me stop there before I get into it, Michelle. You look like you wanted to say something.
No, I'm listening. No,
You
no.
sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm good. I'm hanging on every word.
Don't do that. So I engaged a few because, and naturally, as you could tell, or as you would expect, the white dudes don't like you highlighting white dude statistics. So one of my goals in life is to be consistent, right? And I fail all the time, right? But like, for instance, we argue about this all the time. Is your boy, does he smell like boo-boo?
Yes, he does.
Okay, so that's the thing. I don't have any reason to not believe that. Listen to me now. But to be consistent, I've never stood next to him. I don't know. So when you talk about him smelling like boo-boo, and I believe it too, by the way,
Okay.
it's what we heard. It's not what we know.
Yeah, but we've seen it too in people's
You've
faces.
never smelled that man.
We've seen people's faces scrunch
But you've
up.
never
I've
smelled that
seen
man.
people do
So
this to
they're
their
telling you
face.
that they feel some kind of way about something.
I'm visual. I can
But
see
Michelle,
their disgust.
you don't know this. You don't know.
There
you're-
is kind of a fog that travels around his body.
Yes. And dark clouds. But you get my point. You don't know that.
Yes.
Right?
Well, then what do we know then?
Well, I mean, we know what we know, right? Which is kind of the crossroads. Maybe that's the wrong word. The crossroads that I found myself in this week as I went back and forth with white dudes who decided that I was racist or that we're all racist or this broadcast is racist because we highlight the fact. Let me give you the stats again. And again, these are stated stats by somebody. We don't know this. But what I discovered is I don't have anybody refuting it.
Mm.
In my research, I see different numbers, but it's in the same range, right? And the real curious thing about it is it's hard to find the data. It's not really consolidated, although when law enforcement arrests somebody, they note their race.
Correct.
So they have this data, but for some reason they don't compile it. So we know. So the meme that I found, not the meme, but the post on social media said that white dudes represented 28% of the population. I saw 31, but it plus or minus, right? 28% of the population represents 55% of kidnappers, 56% of rapists, 58% of mass shooters, 59% of child porn arrests, not convictions, arrests, 62% of statutory rapes, pedophiles, 62% of pedophiles. How about that? 63% of prostitution solicitors, not arrests, not convictions, solicitors. 68% of the 1934 NFA offenders, I still don't know what that is. I haven't had a chance to look it up. And 75% of incest perpetrators, right? So listen, because I'm trying to be consistent and because I am a thinking intellectual person, I welcome any data to the contrary. I'm not saying that this is accurate data. I'm saying this is the stated data. Tell me if you have different data. There's that. So they characterize, a lot of people characterize what's going on in this country as some sort of a divide. And I hate that because the underlying implication is that it's new. Like we were all together at some point. Now we're all of a sudden divided. I don't know that was ever the case. But it seems to me that the divide, if there is a divide, lies in a group of people who believe or act on what they believe based on how things feel. And then another group of people who act based on either data that they have or data that they trust from someone who's in the business of collecting and analyzing data. So I think it'd be fair to say a thinking person would say, just because you feel that way doesn't mean it is that way, right? So what I found is the white dudes and others who are pushing back on our presentation of this data was that it doesn't feel like that. In fact, what it feels like is that those are black dudes that have those stats, right? Because you get a whole bunch of, well, what about all the gang shootings and all the murders from the immigrants? And the data doesn't say that that's happening.
But the news does.
Well, even the news participates in a really nefarious way, I think.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
That's that's what they see when they
Right.
see us on camera. If it's not in a sports or a movie, then it's, we're talking to the camera about my neighbor getting shot.
Right. Right. Because that's what's on the news.
Yeah.
Right. If you, and because I'm on this, I'm not watching the news thing.
Either.
I could see how that would occur, that you would believe that it feels like
Yeah, for sure.
that the lawlessness and animalistic behavior is endemic
Mm-hmm.
in everybody except white dudes.
Mm-hmm.
But although the data says that the white dudes are the principal perpetrators.
Yeah, but at this point, Eric, I think everybody's complicit about everything with all of this madness that's happening. I found myself really frustrated this week because I wanted to find out more about that building.
The one in South Shore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't know where to go to look for accurate information. So I mean, I don't want to veer off your topic, but I'm saying that to say I feel like the media may not have ever given us a fair representation ever. I don't know that it ever did. And I just I feel like I am more aware of what's going on around me than before. And maybe other people are too. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. This South Shore raid by these ICE people, they're rappelling on top of buildings in South Shore. Incidentally, prime real estate.
You know
So-
about the building, right?
Hmm?
You know about the building, right?
What do you say?
That it was under foreclosure. It's somehow, I have to do more research about it, but it's somehow DT touched in some way. It wasn't
Oh.
really about what it was said. What was said, it really wasn't about what they said it was about.
Yeah. So there's a lot of dynamics in there, right? Not the least of which is that they had children out in the streets in the middle of the night, small children.
Yeah.
So we've said before that cruelty is the point,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
I mean, this government shutdown thing. So we know when people's medication runs out, they're going to die.
Mhm.
We know this.
Mhm.
They know this.
Mhm.
They know when someone's food card
Mhm.
runs out. They're going to be without food. They'll be hungry children. They know this.
Yeah.
The VA clinics, if they can't deliver health services to somebody, they know some vet out there will either commit suicide or go without care after having risked his life for this country. They know that, yet they still go about the business of doing what they do. And so I wouldn't characterize myself as cynical. I like to use the word a realist. I mean, I observe things and I say, well, what would make you believe anything but the worst of certain groups of people? Prime real estate, rappelling in, dragging people off to jail.
Tearing up their homes. They ransacked most of those apartments.
I mean,
Took stuff, stole stuff.
smells like gentrification to me. I
Mhm.
mean, isn't that something that the terrorist state of Israel does to the people in the West Bank?
Mhm.
So there are deplorable human beings behind this. Now, set aside the orange imbecile. We just know he's a clown all by himself. It's the dudes that are on the street now who are executing on this. I don't know how you could be a decent person
Right.
and do to children
Yes. Mm-hmm.
what these ICE agents.
I wonder about that too. Mm-hmm.
So what's the line between being a good person and not, right? What's the line between doing your job and being a despicable person? And go ahead.
It also goes back to what you said a couple of weeks ago, the opposite way, right? If you are working for a company that participates in any of this madness and you were like, well, you should quit, right? Because if it goes against your own personal grain, you should leave it. And it's the opposite with these ICE people. it's not going against anything because they don't believe that they're doing anything wrong.
Right. And there are people out there who want to make the behavior of these ICE agents racial. Well, there's black dudes, Hispanic dudes that are among them.
Yep.
Even though they're wearing masks, you can't hide a brown costume, right?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Because it's police culture. That's what police culture is in this country. It puts up on people.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't doubt for a minute that some of those felons from January 6th who were pardoned by the Orange Imbecile are among these people.
Oh, yeah, if they're not back in jail. Some of them are back in jail.
Yeah, they get out and they get right back
they're
in
out
jail.
there in those ICE uniforms. Of course they are.
Oh, they jumped at the opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
The way I understand it is, and we don't have any data to know this, so I'm going back to me trying to be consistent. I don't know this to be the case, but there are some people are pointing to some data that seems to indicate that they're busing ICE agents in from places that would have a preponderance of people who believe a certain thing about people in Chicago and other places like that. Right? They could, dare I say, coming from the South, rural South, you ain't got no money. ICE is going to give you 50 grand plus benefits in a hotel room in Chicago. I'll take it.
Yeah, the 50 grand is the sign-up bonus. That's not your salary.
And I get to beat up on people in Chicago.
Black and brown people.
Why wouldn't I? So what they're doing essentially, I mean, not even essentially, what they're doing is they're scooping people up off the street for not being white.
Yeah.
You get picked up today because you're not white. And these deplorable people are running around the streets doing that now. And here's the thing. We run the risk of them bounding up in here and taking us away for having said that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My white girlfriend in Kansas City called me yesterday and she said, I'm just calling to check on you because, you can pass for a Filipino, a Latin person, and a black person.
Yeah.
Are they near you?
They'll just scoop you up.
And I said, they are close, but hopefully I'm good.
Well, you ain't white, so you're at the risk of being taken.
It's true.
So the question for all of you is, it's actually a two-part question. Well, it's really one question. No, it's two parts. I'm going to make it in two parts, right?
Okay.
So how does all this end? How does all of this end? And the second part, maybe an adjunct to that, is what does that look like? Tell me in detail what that looks like. Help me understand that. So you're counting on the Democrats winning the midterm elections and then doing what? The cowardly Democrats doing what? Okay, they'll impeach him, you think? That's the impetus for civil war. Those people are accustomed to arming themselves and shooting at people. That's what they do.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be DT, though, that makes that order. I don't think I honestly, and I'm not saying.
It's not going to be an order. It's just going to be a thing. People are just going to start fighting if you did that.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll be here for it.
Okay, well,
think his health
if
will
he's
hold
here, how does all this end? What's that look like? Tell me about that today, will you? The number is 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
On Hollywood and Vine. It's about girl watching, you see, for days. I'm just funning in the sunshine.
Alicia Stew, ALICIASTEW. Keep listening to Family Meeting.
Well, of course, this is no Hollywood Square. Party! Up in the players'
Darnell Lyles is ready to help you, whether it's personal injury, criminal, DUI, and OWI, nursing home, product liability, it doesn't matter. Call 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. That's right. When you're driving and get into it. Had a few drinks too many? A cop hits you with a DUI or OWI? Arrested and facing criminal charges, misdemeanor or felony. Purchase a product that causes you or loved one harm. When your loved one is neglected and abused in a nursing home. That's right, you better call Attorney Darnell Lyles and get represented right. And The first consultation is free. Yes, free. So call right now. 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. Attorney Darnell Lyle.
Calling all valued members of the American Veterinary Medical Association, or AVMA. Your future retirement goals can be achieved. Introducing the AVMA Retirement Plan, tailored to meet the distinct needs of veterinarians with streamlined administration and reduced burdens. Vets enjoy unrivaled benefits that include service provider oversight, knowledgeable expert investment guidance, and delegated fiduciary services. Veterinarians who use this plan can say goodbye to annual retirement plan audits and annual retirement plan tax reporting. Veterinarians, you can enjoy retirement your way with customizable plans to suit your practice's unique structure. From eligibility to vesting schedules and more, elevate your retirement journey with AVMA's specialized plan. Learn more by sending an email to polaris@polarisadvice.com. Secure your veterinary legacy starting today. Email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Securities offered through LendStreet Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Polaris Wealth Management LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and Mott Street are not affiliated.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they think you owe them money, they will take it. They can garnish your paycheck and seize your bank accounts too. So if you owe back taxes, call Covington. They can save you thousands if you qualify. Call Covington Tax Solutions now for 857-4631. Call 872-257-4631.
Covington Tax Solutions. Would you mind if I touched, if I kissed, if I held you tight in the morning light? Yeah. Would you mind if I said how I felt tenderly tonight? Again, 'cause I never ever felt this way in my heart before. Oh, love has found its way in my heart. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Audra Wilson.
Would you mind if I looked in your eyes till I
Kinda like that.
I love it. Love it.
and I lose my pride? Yeah.
I was listening to this as I
Would
was
you
thinking
mind
and
if I made love to you
contemplating.
till I'm satisfied? Once again.
Bruce Wright was a genius. 773-763-9278. We're not getting audio from the station today, so they can hear us, but we can't hear them. But we'll work that out. Wait a minute.
We won't hear the calls then.
Nobody calling about that.
Somebody call us so we can test it.
We'd have to hear Devin to do that. Yeah. I'll tinker with it a little bit. We'll see what happens. So there's the question, Michelle. You want to start with what you think? How does this all end?
I don't think it's going well. What define end?
Okay. Let's say that this presidency. How does this presidency end?
Okay. In violence.
Tell me more.
I don't think that it's going. So I feel like they're determined for us to start to fight each other like they're doing, right? I think because they're using us as an excuse to just go all out. And if we continue to not cooperate with that idea, they're just going to hit the streets and it's going to get ugly anyway. I just don't. I don't feel like anything good comes of it. no matter how it ends, to get to the other side of whatever this is in our country right now, something worse has to happen, I think, unfortunately.
Listen, I'm not a cynic,
Nor am I.
but I don't see how you avoid some version of a civil war.
Yeah.
It may not be a hot war. I hear talk. We've talked about it before. I hear talk of a soft secession by some states, which I'm cool with.
I don't think that'll happen.
Why not? Why wouldn't you think that would happen in this environment? Let me bracket this. In this environment, with all the crazy we see going on, why is that not a possibility?
Because you have to have states need to be planning that now. You can't just wake up one day and say, okay, this is so messed up, we're going to separate. They need to start planning now.
Well, keep in mind I said a soft secession.
Yes.
Which is a little bit different than not being a member of the United States anymore. It is withholding of resources that come out of that state to the federal government.
I see.
And they keep track of that data, so they know. We know the southern states, the red states, have a tendency to take more assets from the federal government than they return.
It's not a tendency. It's a fact. That's
Well,
a fact.
I think Texas is one of the few states that actually sends money back, but they've got oil.
Right.
Right. So that's why I said tends to. See, we're trying to be consistent here, right? You can't just say all of them.
Say 99% then.
Okay, but they tend to. Okay, they tend to have the kind of structure and economies that draw in essence welfare from the federal government, whereas states like California and New York, they pay more to the federal government, and so I don't see how we avoid a civil war, hot or otherwise.
I unfortunately agree with you. Something bad's going to happen.
Well, so, I mean, play out one such scenario, right? So let's say that the Democrats find a way to not lose again. And I'm not hopeful for that either, by the way. They don't even seem to be on anything that talks about winning. They talk more about not voting for them. But let's just say by chance they back into a win. And they take control of the House and the Senate. Do you think they would impeach him?
Depends on who the leadership is at the time. I think it's half and half.
We know who the leadership is and what would be in that scenario.
We don't know who's going to be in the leadership in 2026.
We do. It's going to be Hakeem Jeffries and Schumer.
Don't they have to vote for him every session?
The Democrats fall in line. They're going to vote for him.
Maybe not.
No, that's not even. Well, pick anyone then. Who would they pick other than him?
I don't know.
Right. So they're going to pick him.
Just because I don't know doesn't mean that there's nobody on the bench.
Okay, that's a whole different discussion. They pick him.
Okay.
Or somebody like him. They got to pick some dude that is palatable. The Democrats are all about whose turn it is next. They don't really, it's not a merit-based leadership selection thing with them. It's all whose turn is it now? Or what looks politically good. So let's assume they pick Jeffries or some cutout that looks like Jeffries or behaves like Jeffries. And Schumer. Do they impeach him?
No.
Should they impeach him?
I mean, to what end? They've impeached him twice.
No, they haven't. I mean, the House impeached him. You're right. The Senate didn't convict him, though.
Right.
So now if they have the House and the Senate, do they impeach him?
And convict him. Let's go all the way then.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
I'm asking
He's committed
you.
war crimes. I would say that I would hope that they would, but
See,
I don't know.
You can't even say they would.
I don't know.
Is the man engaged in high crimes and misdemeanors?
Absolutely. I mean, he shouldn't be there right now.
Okay, so if he's engaged in high crimes and misdemeanors, and you're not sure if the Democrats would impeach him, what does that say about Democrats?
You know what? But what are our choices?
Can't answer a question with a question. You can ask your question after you answer mine.
Okay.
So if he's engaged in high crime and misdemeanors and the party that we expect to stand up for what's right you ain't quite sure if they do it. What does that say about them?
It says it's time for them to go because they're not recognizing the writing on the wall.
I think they don't have. I think they're the whole leadership of Democrats are cowards.
I don't think they're cowards. What I think is, I think that even after all of this time, and I know you're going to say I'm giving them an out, they still can't wrap their brains around the fact that this man is evil and that this administration is evil and that treating it like it's something normal or ordinary, that we have to react in a normal and ordinary way, is the wrong way to handle this, period. And there's sometimes I look at them and they look like deer in the headlights. They still have not understood the gravity of this situation. That's what's frustrating to me. Call them weak, call them whatever. They're not in the moment. Not all of them.
There's any number of adjectives that I would attach to them. But the bottom line is, I think it goes without saying that this orange menace is involved in high crimes and misdemeanors.
No doubt.
Absolutely. Your constitution of your country says that if you have a person in the White House who's doing that, he should be impeached. And if they don't do that, then they're culpable.
Yeah, well, the man should have already been in jail.
I know what should have happened, but I'm talking about right now.
I understand.
Right?
I hear you.
So we're forced to support people who don't have a backbone because we have no other options.
Until we don't. This is where I think we need to recognize our power and vote. That's
who's we?
Democrats. There are more Democrats than there are Republicans.
They sure don't act like it.
That's why I'm saying I hope that it'll be different.
So progressives, which are a part of the Democratic Party, I wouldn't characterize the Democratic Party as progressive.
Okay.
Progressives, the conversations that they engage in, is largely about, hey, here's an idea. Here's how we can help everybody do better. The whole shtick for progressives is looking at the less fortunate and to advocate for policies that give those people a chance to participate meaningfully in this country. Let's make society better. Conservatives say, nah. We shouldn't make things better. We should kick the chair off from under them and wish them luck, hopes and prayers, or whatever they say all the time. And so you got to ask yourself the question, in addition to having these ICE people out here who are, by my definition, deplorable people, are we then as a country just flat out deplorable? Because you've got people who advocate for let's help everybody and make everybody better. Everybody, including conservatives. Mm-hmm. And you've got one party that says nah, and the other party, who they're a part of, says not yet. Not yet. It's not time. It'll look bad. We need to get votes. Let's let them suffer. They're both letting people suffer for different reasons.
Interesting.
If we can make the phones work, you can call us on this. The number is 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
Hi, I'm Chris Bolware, founder of itsashort.com.
I ain't got no time to get to my honey, my bills are all behind. Got to stay 2
Do
steps
you own a
ahead of
business
the
in
man, 'cause
Illinois?
I want
Are you
everything
aware
on
of the
time.
new retirement plan requirement that could impact your business? Listen up, this is crucial information you don't want to miss. If you're a business with at least 5 employees and have been operating for 2 years or more, Illinois law now mandates that you provide a retirement plan. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Polaris Wealth Management can be your professional partner in navigating this new landscape. We specialize in helping businesses just like yours establish affordable retirement plans that meet your needs and keep you compliant. You may avoid penalties as high as $500 per employee by acting now. Step by step, making it easy for you to set up a 401k, a simple IRA, or another qualified retirement plan. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com for more information or shoot us an email at polaris@polarisadvice.com. We're here to help you provide your employees with the retirement benefits they deserve while safeguarding your business from potential fines. Don't let these changes catch you off guard. Contact Polaris Wealth Management today and let's work together to build a better retirement future for your employees and your business. Visit polarisadvice.com or email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Securities
I'm
offered
Alicia
through Lionsgate
Stewart.
Financial
Check me out on
LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Polaris Wealth Management, LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street are not affiliated.
At Saga Martial Arts, we're dedicated
Twitter
to
at
preserving the
Alicia
traditions of Shoreiru Karate. Our dojo is more than a place to learn martial arts. It's a place to build respect, self-discipline, and confidence. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced martial artist, young or old, we offer a supportive environment for you to grow. Join our community. Embrace the rich history of karate and discover your strength both inside and out. Saga Martial Arts, where tradition meets excellence. To book a lesson, give us a call at 312-927-0184 or send us an email at karateinvillapark@gmail.com.
Itsashort.com. The website is itsashort.com, spelled ITSASHORT.com. We are the best designation on the internet for award-winning short film, video, and web series. Artists are from all over the world. They are award-winning from various festivals, but you can find us at info@itsashort.com, customer care at itsashort.com, and we'll get back to you straight away. ALIC.
This is motivational speaker and all.
But you know it's with you. No one can do the things you do to me.
Author Dan Duster, author of the great selling book, Peaceful Selling, Easy Sales Techniques to Grow Your Small Business. Welcome back to the Family Meeting.
773-763-9278, 773-763-9278 is the number. The question on the table is how does this end? What does that look like when they finally pull these ICE people off the streets? Think about what you're asking for now. You're talking about pulling these ICE people off the streets and getting them to stop scooping up people because they're not white. Then you have to go about the business of holding people accountable for their behavior. What's that look like? Who are you targeting? What happens to them and who's responsible for holding them accountable? It cannot be the Supreme Court. You see, you've lost all the branches of government that you would expect to be your dude in a white hat. And then the people who have the opportunity to stand in the breach, the generals, for instance, who they gathered this week to have a Klan rally with, you've already got some of them that are retiring. Listen.
They are running out of there like they are on fire.
So look, though, I mean, you know, with all due respect to their service and the risks they've taken of their lives for this country, doesn't that feel kind of cowardly? All the people, all the elected officials who've decided not to run again or whatever, they're running for the hills. Isn't that kind of cowardly?
Well, what are they scared of? You know, why? So, a lot of pundits harken this time back to the Nixon era when, there were all these people around him saying, you got to leave, you got to do this. He had people of moral characters that helped him, admit his guilt and blah, blah, blah. And that
Right.
we don't have that at all anymore, apparently.
Right.
So
if they're leaving, these are arguably the only people we have left who can stand in the breach. Like when it comes to election time, the elections people are leaving.
well, they're afraid for their lives after what happened to.
So who's gonna make sure that that they don't cheat in the elections
Right?
if they're gone? See, I don't. That's another trap door. I don't know how this ends in anything outside of a civil war. Tell me, somebody, please tell me. In fact, let me see if I can caveat this thing. Put some brackets around this one too. Tell me a good way that this can end. How this can end in a great way.
That we all just stand up and just vote, and I don't know. I mean, the reality of it is we have to get rid of a lot of people and have some new people in there who are going to have.
But you keep using pronouns, Michelle. Okay. Who's going to get rid of them?
The people.
How do you get rid of them?
By voting them out.
If they've
That's all we have.
The people who run elections are retiring and quitting.
Well, what do you think we should do,
No,
Eric?
don't turn it back around me. You the one who had a question, so I'm asking you, how does that play out? How do we get rid of them if the people that we expect to run elections are gone? Every time a general steps down, retires, or whatever they're doing, he has the opportunity to promote a Klansman to be a general.
I know.
So now you're just adding to the problem by quitting. And I understand you got 40 years in the military. You want to protect your pension because he could, if you decide to push back, he could snatch your rank and mess up your pension and all that you risked your life for and worked for. He could take all of that.
Yeah, he could.
Right? I understand that. See, this is another one of those instances, and without sounding like I'm judging people, where people don't want to be inconvenienced. And that's an awful inconvenience. In fact, it's way more than an inconvenience to lose your pension. I get that. But damn it, right is right. So how does it end?
Badly.
Yeah. Well, okay. Tell me about badly then. Tell me your worst case scenario.
So I've only called a radio show one time, and it was this one many, many years ago when you were having a conversation with Richard about something similar. And I called in and I said, bread lines.
What do you mean?
Bread and cheese lines. That's what we're going back to.
Don't worry about that.
Okay. Where people are so impoverished that the government has got to provide us sustenance. I mean, where else are you going to go? What are you going to do if you don't have a job? You don't have if you do have a job, you're not making enough money to afford rent, food, medication, leisurely activities. We're all just going to be punch clockers.
Good. I'm glad you said that. Very bleak.
Yeah.
Dark landscape. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your answer is to vote them out?
I don't know what else we can do. I mean, that's the power we have right now.
What do your friends on YouTube say?
Let's see.
Oh, smarty pants? All 5 of them? Smart?
So Michael Powell, he's the last. He says, "How did they get rid of the Nazis in Germany 80 years ago?" That's what it's going to take.
A powerful
here
military
now.
invaded and killed them all.
And he says, "We brought this on ourselves."
Well, the answer is question now. A powerful military or group of militaries invaded. By the way, India did most of the heavy duty work. Read your books now. You got your boys run around the world talking about how the U.S. liberated Europe. And yeah, Europe, the U.S. participated, but India did heavy duty work. India happened to be a colony of Great Britain at the time. The Indians did heavy duty work in that fight. So read your books on that. But to answer his question, invading armies came in and killed a whole bunch of them and liberated the country. Is that what's required here?
So we're going to need somebody to come in and save us?
Okay, so who could do that? China? They've got, what, 7 times as many citizens? You run out of bullets before you kill a bunch of them.
Yeah. Who would come in and save us from another country? Who would want to at this point?
I'm saying. So is his answer plausible?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. You know, there's no country on earth that's going to
come and help us.
The U.S. There's no country on earth that's going to come invade this country.
Okay.
I mean, the likelihood is that there'd never be a war on U.S. soil.
I don't know.
I mean, from an invading army.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll fight ourselves.
Yes.
But an invading army, I mean, how do you approach the U.S., California, North Carolina? How do you get in? How do you do that? You can't, Canada? You come through Canada, Mexico, maybe? They'll see you coming. So it can't be an invading army.
Ask Vladimir. Maybe he and DT are plotting.
You think Putin will come save us?
No, he'll come take us over.
Okay, well then you want that?
No, that's another possibility.
So how does it end? I mean, he's already got 2028 hats on his desk. Oh my God. You know he's going to do it again. There's no doubt.
He's not.
Yeah, he is. He's going to run again.
No, he's not.
See, I think we're all...
I'm saying that because I'll just put it this way. If he's still on the planet, he will run again. Yes, he will run again.
Okay, thank you. So here's the other thing too. If for some reason cowardly Democrats, get a backbone and impeach him and then convict him in the Senate, he's not going to leave the White House.
No.
Who's going to make him leave?
He's not leaving now, even if that doesn't happen.
Who's going to make him leave if that's the case?
That's the horrifying part, right? I don't know that anybody would make him leave because he shouldn't be there now.
Y'all gave the gun to the monkey.
Yep.
It's a problem. Okay, so see, this is what happens. Oh, you're so cynical. I don't know that am I being cynical or I'm just making legitimate observations. In fact, I'm asking questions. I need somebody to refute that. Tell me how it's different. Tell me what could happen. I don't see how you do it. When these dudes get these ICE agents, if somebody gets elected to president and they got to take it, these guys are going to scatter into the wind. Mm-hmm. This country has a history of taking people who are insurrectionists and more or less pardoning them. Mm-hmm. Look at what happened here. This is the same thing that happened after the Civil War. The South turned their arms on the country, and the president who came after Lincoln, come on back in. You can be a part of the government again. In fact, we'll rig the rules so that things are fair for you. In fact, we'll take all the military presence out of the South so you can do whatever you want to the black people down there. Even though you turn guns against us. And so this dude does the same thing. He does the same exact thing. You guys attacked the damn Capitol. You're all free. Go out there and molest children like you want to do. Go ahead and do that. There's nothing about this that makes me believe. Unless someone come up with something good, there's nothing that would lead me to believe that this ends well. I'm just saying.
I hear you.
Okay, so I'm Debbie Downer today, huh?
No, you're David Downer.
David.
I'm Debbie Downer.
That's right, Deborah. How about you, Deborah? Y'all know Deborah wears a helmet too, right? Yeah, Michelle's got news for you. The number is 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
This is Andre Davis. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting Radio Show.
Polaris is introducing a way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and plan. If you are like a lot of people who like to work with a financial plan, but don't know what you earn or have enough to invest, Save and Plan will allow us to work with nearly anyone from young professionals to retirees looking to travel the world. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis, directly from your account, and gain access and our planning services. Once you sign up, Polaris gives you a customized financial plan, a real person to speak with, and information to help you make good financial decisions. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call. Save Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at PolarisAdvice.com. Call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at PolarisAdvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at PolarisAdvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone. Securities, insurance, and advisory services offered through FSC Securities Corporation. Member FINRA. SIPC Insurance Services offered through Polaris Insurance Agency, Inc., which is not affiliated with FSC Securities Corporation.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Royal Springs, and online at WCPT820.com.
This is Miss Lady B, La Boricua. Now it's time for the Family Meeting News.
Welcome back. This is Michelle Peltier, and here's more of what we are following on the Family Meeting. Federal agents handcuffed Humboldt Park area Alderman Jesse Fuentes as she confronted them Friday at Humboldt Park Hospital. Agents handcuffed Fuentes, forced her out of the hospital, and threatened her with arrest. The agents appeared to be ICE. The agents were at the hospital because a person they'd been chasing fell and was injured. Fuentes said they brought the person to the hospital, and when Fuentes heard about what had happened, she went there. At a news conference afterward, officials and Northwest Side organizers urged people to not be fearful of increased ICE activity and to work together to stand up to federal agents. Mary Mitchell, retired columnist from the Chicago Sun-Times, now joins the ranks of Mike Royko, Roger Ebert, and Tim Weigel as her byline hangs on the wall of the esteemed Billy Goat Tavern, an honor bestowed by peers to journalists who push the city to be better. Many of them gathered to celebrate her last week at the tavern, 451 North Michigan Avenue. To have a voice and a place on the wall is a great honor, she said, who retired from the Sun-Times a year ago. She is just the third woman to have her name and byline on the famed wall and the first Black woman. Ashley Allison, a nationally recognized political strategist, communications expert, CNN commentator, and former Obama-Biden White House official, is making history. On Thursday, Allison announced that her company, Watering Hole Media, has acquired The Root, making the Black news and culture outlet Black-owned. The Root, founded in 2008 by Harvard professor Henry Louis Gates Jr. and former Washington Post company chairman Donald E. Graham, has long been a pioneering space for news and commentary by and for Black America. Yay. The sale of Geo Media, a private equity-backed digital media company, places the Root's future firmly in the hands of Black leadership once again. Or as Gates put it, returns the roots to its roots. They didn't say that middle part. I tried to find out who it was because I didn't know that it wasn't until I found that article. Please visit our webpage, tfmradioshow.com. You can subscribe and follow us on Fanbase, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, Spoutable, Blue Sky, and Twitter. Also subscribe and follow our YouTube channel to view us live and receive reminders when we're on the air. You can listen to us again on Tuesdays at WARR Radio, WARRradio.com, where community comes to listen in North Carolina. Don't go anywhere. We'll be
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
Hey, family meeting cousins. As you know, we've created a Patreon family meeting subscription and membership page to include you great listeners in our effort and give you a chance to very economically promote your business, organization, or local event. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to get your message out and support the family meeting as a viable voice. We know you appreciate our permanent interest dialogue, get up and dance playlist, and our great guests who stop by. So become a cousin and go to our website, tfmradioshow.com, and click the link.
Hey, y'all, we've never talked about love before, Here's our version. Check it out. Paint a pretty smile each day. Loving is a blessing, yeah. Never let it fade away. It's all about love, yeah. Build yourself a true romance. Beauty that's around you, yeah. You deserve just one more chance, my dear, my dear. Let the light shine all through your mind. Feel your little heart aglow. Take the time, make up your mind. It's all about love, yeah.
Hello, this is Dr. John Artis from Health on Earth Wellness Centers. You can visit us at www.healthonearth.org, and welcome back to the family meeting.
773-763-9278, hopefully. Well, that's a good question today, too. It's too bad we ain't sure about the phones today. Good question, isn't it? Anybody else on YouTube saying what they think?
Let's see. We had Joe say, where'd she go? Serious? Why no? Ooh, I lost it. She said, oh, Joe, I lost your question. Oh, seriously, why no UN or NATO help?
Okay, help how?
In terms of war, I guess.
So they would invade the U.S.?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, shoot, the UN is in the U.S. because the U.S. has the best ability to protect their headquarters. I mean, I don't know where the UN has other offices, but they gather in the U.S. in New York.
It's true.
On the East River. I mean, yeah. What? How can the UN do it? Run around their little powder blue hats on? They're going to come in here and do what? Who's going to come in here and do what? And to who? who
That's a really good question.
Where you going to go first? Who you going to kill?
Yeah, that's messy. That's just so messy.
You can't even envision a war on U.S. soil.
We don't know nothing about that.
No. We usually go on over there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how many countries in the world have military bases scattered all over the earth? The reach is immense. Who used to say this? This was a phrase I heard one time, where someone said, this was back in the 1600s, that the British Navy was so vast that the sun would never set on it. You ever heard that phrase before? Because they were everywhere. It's always sunny somewhere they are. It's the same with the U.S. now. Somewhere is military troops stationed in some base somewhere where it's sunny when it's dark here, because they're everywhere.
Yeah.
So an invasion is out of the question. Who are they going to kill first? They probably going to kill us first.
Yeah.
Go in and kill all the black people, because you know how they are.
Yeah. We are the first to go.
Mm-hmm. I'd be interested to know what percentage of the U.S. military is non-white. I don't know. See how I'm trying to be consistent again? I don't know. It feels like it's more than half. But I don't know. Kind of strange, huh? How law enforcement, policing, is more than half white.
It is?
Yeah.
White individuals made up approximately 67% of the enlisted force,
Okay.
while black individuals were about 20%.
Latinos in there somewhere too, right?
Let me see. Other racial minorities, Asian, American Indian, Native, Hawaiian, etc., about 13%. That's the only breakdown they have. Yep.
Okay. So, black people are what percentage of the military? 30 something?
20.
20 something. 14% of the population, punching above our weight. Does that mean anything? Because you've got people of color who are among these ICE hooligans. You can't count on them. So it's angering to me to have the people that we expect to advocate for our permanent interests. It's angering for me for their only answer to be vote for us. Because I can't necessarily trust that they will do more than assume leadership.
So what's the other option?
Put it back on me.
I mean, you said I don't know. So what else would you do?
I'm still there. I don't know. I'm saying that troubles me, that's the only answer.
Okay, but okay. That's all it's going to be though right now.
No, see, it should be more. I can tell you why. Because the first order of business should be to impeach this fool. We ain't sure they'll do that. You can't be sure they'll do that, right?
Right, but that's still better than what we have now.
Okay, yeah. Let me go ahead and get stabbed because shooting is much worse.
I knew you were going to do that.
Just go ahead and stab me.
So what do we do? Stand in the middle of the street and just do nothing?
No, I'm trying to highlight how troubling it is that we're forced to support people who we can't count on to do the job.
Okay, but then what? Right? That's where we are right now.
So you almost at this point need a revolution inside of that party.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's stop aiming ourselves at the other side.
I agree with that.
They're going to do it. The cruelty is the point with them.
Right.
They have no intentions of doing anything that you could fairly characterize as helping everyone.
Right. I agree.
But you got these piebacks. I was concerned that they were going to go in there and vote for this bill to keep the government open. And was actually kind of surprised that they didn't. As I understand it, some of them did.
Probably. There's always one or two.
But what's also interesting is that the party that's in the majority couldn't muster the majority of votes.
Here's how, and forgive the wording, but here's how good they are at their messaging.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
They have totally blamed it on the Democrats, and they're all saying the same thing. It's not our fault, it's their fault. It's not our fault, it's their fault. And now, what are the Republicans doing? It's not our fault, it's their fault. And because nobody's taking the time to figure out what that means and if it's true or not, they're believing what the Republicans are saying because all of them are saying it everywhere they go. And here we sit, like, well, it's not me.
Isn't it awful, though?
It's terrible.
Oh, my God.
I was talking to a friend today, and we were screaming at each other because we were so frustrated. It's like the people in the world are frustrated, but our representation is not. It's quite interesting.
On a side note, somebody need to roll up on your boy Hakeem and say, man, stop waving your hands around.
I was talking about him today.
Isn't that the silliest looking thing that he does?
Oh, well, it's not. It is now. Okay.
I've always said that, and I got
It's too
criticized
performative
for
now.
saying that. Yeah, you wave
in the
his hands
beginning.
around. Stop that, man.
You think he talks like that at home?
Talking to his kids?
Yeah.
No, you can't have a Pop-Tart. That's the silliest damn stuff because he thinks he's doing something.
I know. Well, like I said, I thought he was when he first got there. Now I'm just tired of it. Just tired.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think he's on the right side.
Yes, he is.
A lot of the time. But, like, I don't know that I think he still hasn't endorsed the Democratic nominee for mayor of New York.
I don't think he has, no.
Why wouldn't you do that? Why would you go on TV all this time, waving your hands around about this, that, and the other thing, and not endorse a young man who's gained the plurality, who is basically mapped out, who's given you the roadmap for winning elections? And for some reason, some political reason, I'd imagine, he can't take the time to endorse the boy.
Well, that goes back to what you were saying. It's not his turn. That's what you were saying earlier today. That's how Democrats do. It's not. You're not anointed. We don't know you. Well, you can't come yet. But he should keep doing what he's doing.
I mean, yeah, but here's the thing. He'll get into office and he'll be, they'll treat him like the bald-headed stepchild. Yeah, he's the mayor of New York, but or they'll show up on inauguration day and try to take that opportunity to give the impression that you were with him all along.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's
just politics, though.
That is so distasteful. Listen, it is. How can you not characterize the political environment as choosing between getting stabbed and shot? How can you not? I mean, we know we have to vote for these idiots.
Yeah.
Who don't stand for much of anything, because the other side is so deplorable.
I wouldn't agree that they don't stand for anything. I just think that all this time they've just been taking it for granted. And now, and honestly, both parties are in a mess. They're both messy, because you got these MAGAs and then the few Republicans that claim that they're Republican trying to save it, right? So they're fighting, we're fighting. It's all a mess.
I swear, if I pluck the easy things out, give me the really difficult, life-changing, country metamorphosizing things that Democrats stand for. I'm talking about stand for.
Health care?
Stand for.
That everybody should have health care.
They don't really stand for that. Because if they stood for that, they would just take the age for Medicare from 65 to 0. Done. What they did is they handed out a big payout to the insurance companies. That's all they did. And I don't know if you use Obamacare or not.
No.
It helps. There's a middle sliver of people for whom it's very, very helpful.
That's getting ready to go away, though.
Probably. But it's still expensive as hell.
I know, but at least it's something.
I know, at least you didn't stab me with a whole knife. That's what you mean.
Because for a long time, there was nothing.
Yeah, but they could have, if you're going to stand for something, listen, look what they do on that side. They've got all this horrible activity going on right now, and they're standing 10 toes down.
They are.
On this. Don't you wish on the Democratic side they did the same thing as it related to health care? You know what? We're going to we already have a health care plan. It's called Medicare and Medicaid. Just take the age to 0, and you got a plan. Done. But they got to contrive all these things and try to protect the insurance companies, and you look at all the lists of who made donations to them, and you see the insurance companies have made big political donations to them. It's all a cesspool. They don't stand for it. They want to figure out a way to give you the impression that they do, but they don't really stand for anything.
I don't think that that's true.
Okay, so how's Obamacare working out for you?
I don't have it.
It's expensive as hell.
Okay.
Somehow or another, other countries have figured out how to provide financing. And I want to make sure, I need to back up and make sure I differentiate. We're not talking about providing health care. We're talking about providing the financing necessary to access health care, right? So even when they walk around saying we're protecting health care, you're not. You're protecting how they finance health care. If you're protecting health care, you would do something a lot different, my estimation.
Mm-hmm.
So if you stood for something, healthcare should be a right for everyone, as Bernie says all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't create a plan that made healthcare available to most everybody. If you believe that it's everybody should have access to healthcare, and let's create a plan where most people get it. Because if we get most people to get it, that means most people will vote for us. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, but all of this stuff is about compromise. You're not going to get everything you want.
Okay, I'm glad you made that point. So when is it okay to compromise with people who are deplorable? If your position is, if your position is, let's figure out a way to help everybody, and their position is, nah, we don't want to help everybody.
That's why we're where we are now, because they moved a little.
No, I mean, you don't negotiate with people who take that position, though.
Then we would be nowhere. We'd still be sitting in the dark.
But here's the thing, Michelle. They don't negotiate. They want all this deplorable stuff. They roll it out, and they don't care if you like it or not.
There was a time, I sound really old, there was a time when they worked together.
That died.
Yes, so now what do we do now?
You don't negotiate with deplorable people. You don't just, like, I think it was Obama who said this, you don't negotiate with hostage takers.
Right, okay, so now that we are where we are in this moment, I think that this last vote to let the government close, or not, I think that Democrats are now starting to be more assertive, aggressive.
What gave you that indication, Michelle?
The government's going to shut down, or it did shut down.
What makes you think that they're being assertive?
Because they did not cast the vote to keep the government open.
That's the least that they could do. That's the absolute least that they could do.
I'm not saying there isn't more, but it's something.
So what are they standing for?
They're standing for the people.
No. I'm talking about policy. What are they standing for? Keeping the Obama subsidies in place. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Same old ragged ass, help most of the people kind of a thing. We got to negotiate with hostages, with hostage takers, with deplorable people who stand behind sending grown-ass men to rappel out of helicopters and handcuff children. You're going to negotiate with them.
No, at this point, no.
They've been asking to negotiate with these people. I'm asking you, what do they stand for? They don't stand for anything. Stand up for something. Man up, for heaven's sake.
Woman up.
That too. What do we, all we're doing is fighting for that not to happen, not for something to happen.
Well, if that doesn't happen, then the something that we want to happen happens.
I think you jump over that now. I mean, I think that you would get widespread support if they stood for something. Just get out in front of people with Bernie and say, let's take the Medicare age from 65 to 0.
Or not with Bernie.
Okay. It's Bernie's idea.
I don't care.
But do that. Listen, you can take the subsidies. This is what we want. Take the Medicare age down to 0. Done. Do that.
Maybe we can do that when we control the House and the Senate again, if it ever happens.
The fact that you said if it ever happens.
I don't know that it will.
Right. So throw your brick now then. Throw your brick.
At what?
Stand for something.
Okay. What does that look like?
I just told you. We'll talk about it more when we come back. I won't give out the phone again. I don't think we're working here, but maybe the YouTube people can tell you what's going on.
We got a comment from Adrian when we come back.
Drunk ass Adrian?
Yeah.
Nobody care what he said.
I care.
Yeah, whatever. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
This is Dr. Sharon Bethia. I'm Associate Professor at Northeastern Illinois University and the coordinator of the African American Studies program. Keep listening to the family meeting.
Do you own a business in Illinois? Are you aware of the new retirement plan requirement that could impact your business? Listen up, this is crucial information you don't want to miss. If you're a business with at least 5 employees and have been operating for 2 years or more, Illinois law now mandates that you provide a retirement plan. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Polaris Wealth Management can be your professional partner in navigating this new landscape. We specialize in helping businesses just like yours establish affordable retirement plans that meet your needs and keep you compliant. You may avoid penalties as high as $500 per employee by acting now. Our team of seasoned professionals will guide you through the process step by step, making it easy for you to set up a 401k, a simple IRA, or another qualified retirement plan. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com for more information or shoot us an email at polarisadvice.com. We're here to help you provide your employees with the retirement benefits they deserve while safeguarding your business from potential fines. Don't let these changes catch you off guard. Contact Polaris Wealth Management today and let's work together to build a better retirement future for your employees and your business. Visit polarisadvice.com or email us at polarisadvice.com. Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Polaris Wealth Management LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street are not affiliated.
Hi, this is Michelle from the Family Meeting, and let me tell you about the Villager Gift Boutique located at 2007 Ridge Road in downtown Homewood, Illinois. The Villager hand-selected high-quality gifts. Travels internationally to trade shows and fine art festivals to bring a variety of unique, high-quality items, including fine gifts, bath and body products, candles, jewelry, clothing, home accents, leather goods, stationery, gourmet goodies, and so much more. The customer experience is very inviting and ideal for helping you find the perfect gift, especially for those shoppers who are looking for that unique gift for those who are hard to shop for. Oh, and the gift wrapping is complimentary. Shop in person in Homewood, Illinois, or online at thevillagergiftshop.com. That's thevillagergiftshop.com.
Hey, this is Brittany Perry. Did you know there's a Black-owned footwear brand based here in Chicago? Perry Co. Shoes creates affordable luxury footwear and accessories for both men and women. Whether you're in a suit or out with friends, they provide pieces you can wear on a daily basis. Breaking barriers, inspiring style. Visit www.perrycoshoes.com to purchase a pair today. That's www.perrycoshoes.com.
Excuse me, let me let you know the time on how I feel and what's on my mind. Is you that I wanna be in my life, and if it's possible, you will be my wife. I'll lead you in the right direction, of course.
This is Jackie Britt, manager of Fresh Start Daycare Center. My website is Fresh Start Daycare at Live. Welcome back to the family meeting.
Yeah, y'all. So listen, I don't know the answer. I think what we said at the outset, it just doesn't end well. I don't see any way with these people and the way they are. What do you do with all these ICE agents? if for some reason you get them out of leadership? What do you do with all these people? You just pardon them? You let them wander off to do whatever they do? What do you do?
Are you claiming that they're doing something that's considered against the law?
Well, listen, no, I'm not saying that at all, but their behavior in executing the law has been deplorable.
So
they're out of control.
that's true. But according to DT, they're not doing anything illegal.
What do you do to them? What do you do with them if for some reason the Democrats take back leadership of whatever? What do you do to those people?
They're like roaches. When the lights come on, they scatter.
Yeah, but you got names.
They still scatter. They're not going to be doing that stuff.
I'm not talking specific. I'm just talking about in general.
I hear you,
Right?
but
For
I'm
the
saying...
ones that haven't scattered, the ones you can lay your eyes on, the one that you can identify. What's the position? What's the position of this country for people who have behaved like that? Is it what it's always been? You know what? Let's all come together now. Kumbaya, as you say. Is that what we do?
I think that that's a real good question. Of course, I think that they should be penalized, but they're not doing, according to whatever law there is now, they're not doing anything against the law. So when we get back into power, we throw all of these people in jail because they participated in something that the president told them to do?
Okay, let's go further then. So this dude who's in charge of Homeland Security, whatever he's in charge of, who took that bribe? You know what I'm talking about? I don't remember this guy's name. Little slack mouth, box head dude. What do you do with him?
Well, he should go to jail. But
you can't go to jail.
Nothing's happening to those
Can't go to
people.
jail. You can try him and then
Yes,
sentence him, right?
yes,
Let's be consistent now.
Yes.
Right? Should he be held accountable in a court of law?
Of course.
Okay, so who's going to do that?
That's the question, isn't it? For all of them. All of them are guilty of something at this point. I mean, they've broken almost every law.
And my point is there's nobody left to hold them accountable. Even if the Democrats somehow or another assume control, which I don't even believe is likely, then how do you hold them accountable?
You know what?
Supreme Court won't.
If we would have had a woman in this position,
You're probably right too.
I am right. We had 2 opportunities, and look at where we are. Women can change and save the world. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You can't have no woman. President, you can't have that. You can't have that.
Yes, we can and we should.
Nobody want no woman.
We need it. It's got to happen 20 years from now.
Women can't run nothing. Sounds crazy, huh? Women can't run anything.
Yeah.
Listen, they're too emotional. You can't have a woman with the availability of nuclear weapons. Please. People think that way.
I know, and then you have DT crying and you explode them, put them in jail because they hurt my feelings. Take him off the air. I don't want to see him anymore.
That's a pretty good accent there. It's pretty good, Michelle. Do that again.
No.
Okay.
Do you want to hear what our beloved said?
Who?
Adrian.
Who's beloved?
He's our beloved.
Speak for yourself. Sitting home doing math. Hey, Mom.
You know when you do the snort, okay? He says people need to keep on a 3x5 card, the 4th Amendment dealing with search and seizure, and the 5th Amendment, which includes due process, among other things.
Okay. Boy, I wish he was here.
I know you do.
So we should go to Walmart and buy index cards, is he saying? You know, here's what I'll do. I'll run to Walmart and get an index card. That'll
I'm sure
show.
he feels judgment right now.
Yeah. That'll show them. And so someone comes and wants to violate the Fourth Amendment, right? Someone comes and violates your Fourth Amendment, you wave the index card at them.
Fourth and Fifth Amendment.
Fourth and Fifth, you got to have 2 index cards. You're two-handed, waving the index. You know what? Here, I wrote it down for you.
I think he means as a reminder to yourself. You don't necessarily have to pull them out.
So I need to be reminded of the. So they've rappelled onto my roof, and they're coming down to get me. You know, where in the hell is my index card?
You are awful.
Just trying to make it make sense. Trying to make it make sense. You know what? Damn it! Where is that index? Who took my index card? Yeah, the one with the Fourth Amendment. And while you're at it, give me the one with the Fifth as well. Margaret, Stella, where'd you put my card?
You're an awful person.
Well, listen, I mean, I hear what he's saying, but that presumes regular order to a lot of different things. That presumes that you're dealing with reasonable people.
Who would care that you know that? You're right. And they don't care.
Right. And so there's a level of insularness, if that's a word, that this country now has about this stuff. I mean, we're sitting around, I mean, Gil Scott-Heron talked about this, about the dude in the white hat. You're all expecting for somebody to ride in on a white hat and fix all this. There's no dude. The dudes have retired. The dudes and the dudettes. They're retired. They left. They're gone.
Yeah.
They got the Supreme Court. They got many of the federal judges.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, I just, you know, unless there's some sort of a war, I don't see it ever changing. These are the kind of things that last for an entire generation. There's no way out.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Well, so in the meantime, we had taken a position that we were not going to put our bodies at risk.
Right.
For this.
Right.
Our bodies are officially at risk.
Right. Not by anything that we're doing, though. They're just scooping us up.
Yeah, I heard a woman on television today, white woman, looked white, could have been Hispanic, but looked white, and she was talking about how, I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the word she used, but it implied refreshing or satisfying to put herself in harm's way for the cause. I'm using the wrong. She didn't say refreshing. She said something about
gratifying.
Yeah, or productive, useful, all in that vein. But the point that stood out to me was that she was out there to put herself in harm's way. That's sacrificing. That's willing to be inconvenienced. Now they do it on the weekends because they got to go to work, right? So they don't do it on weekdays, so that the deplorables can do all manner of dirty deeds during the week.
Yeah, but see, I think whatever an individual can do.
I don't disagree with you. I'm with you there.
Right.
But,
so don't.
Your inconvenience goes but so far. I get that. I mean, you know, all of us have to try to live a life and eat and provide shelter.
And I'm not looking at it, I'm looking at it differently than you. I'm grateful that there are people that do it on the weekends, right? I'm not saying that they just do it on the weekends. I'm happy they're doing it on the weekends. I'm not minimizing anybody's effort to try to affect change.
And I don't mean to sound like I am either. And I appreciate her putting herself in harm's way. That's admirable. I wish it was more widespread.
We don't know that it's not.
So here's what we know, right? In addition to knowing, I'm sorry, take that back. We don't know this. History has told us that physical and fiscal violence has an impact. We prefer the latter, of course. But as an adjunct to that, when white America gets in the streets at unprecedented numbers. I'm talking about traffic disruptions and creating chaos. That's the beginning of change, because law enforcement, the culture of law enforcement is to not harm white people.
Right.
It's almost, remember that movie I, Robot with Will Smith?
Yeah.
When the one rule was not to harm humans. That's police culture, to not harm white people. So to the extent there are big numbers and society is disrupted, that's the beginning of something. Whether it ends up resulting in physical violence or fiscal violence, I don't know. But to the extent they believe, they'll be out of here by 4 o'clock, and we ain't got to deal with them no more. Police culture is accustomed to waiting it out. They're going to have to go home eventually. They're going to have to go to the bathroom eventually. They're going to have to eat eventually. So they'll just wait it out. And so a commitment to change has to be sustained and not performative. And I think here we go again. This is what it feels like versus what it is. It feels like it's performative for a lot of the people. And that won't work.
So here's what I think. I think maybe half and half, right? I think
Maybe.
some people participate because it's the in thing to do. Their friends are doing it, and
Take social media pictures,
so
selfies and
yes,
stuff. Yeah.
yes. And then there are people down for the fight, the real deal. And I don't care why they're out there. I don't care if it's performative or if it's for real. All
not
I
judging
care
the people,
about
though,
is that
Michelle.
they're out there.
I'm not judging the people.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying.
Well, we're talking about two different things then, if you're saying that, because I'm talking about results, right? I appreciate them getting out there, but to the extent that we expect results, I don't know that we should be so hopeful.
I disagree. I mean, if we don't have any hope, let's just go jump out this window.
That's awfully drastic. Jump out of a window because you don't subscribe to a certain plan?
I'm saying you're saying what?
Oh, it's not going to work. Let's go jump out the window. That's drastic, Michelle. Don't you think? That's performative. I mean, you have to have big numbers. So
I know, but don't you know they're marching in cities all over the country all the time now? The media doesn't cover it. It's not like it's not happening.
No, I see it. I see it in clips as well. I couldn't say that it's on the level, at the same level as the George Floyd protests.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't.
That's because we were there.
Right, but it doesn't feel like the same energy.
Yeah.
And I'm being careful to say that's how it feels, right? Because I don't know it not to be the same energy. See how I did that?
Mm-hmm.
And so that makes me worry that it could be effective versus just being performative. And if it's performative, they do things like creating the free speech zone like they did someplace and say, y'all can hang out here, and when you're ready to go home, go out that way.
Yeah.
They did that to the March on Washington, by the way. March on Washington was largely performative. If you read about the March on Washington, they had plans to lay down on the runways at the Washington airport and disrupt traffic and, block businesses and all manner of things. And then once the larger group of people decided that, listen, we can't control this, let's give them a place. Let's act like we're allies. Told them where to park their buses, told them where to march, told them where to stand, told them what to speak, and then got them out of town. So I don't know. I'm just trying to sift through it and figure out how y'all gonna fix it. Your boy Michael's getting out of the country. He's had enough of this. Portugal he's bound for. Come on, man. I don't know, man. When you're dealing with despicable, deplorable people, I don't see how you negotiate with them. I just don't, Anyway, I would give out the number, but I don't think we can hear calls. So
They haven't. If they've called, they haven't put them on here.
yeah,
So.
I won't worry about it. All right, y'all. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
Hello, this is Drunk Ass Adrian. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
A 2016 study estimated that 13.1 million Americans were victims of identity theft last year. Fight back against your identity being stolen by signing up for Identity Guard. Identity Guard monitors your credit and identity information with alerts that can help you respond quickly if certain changes indicating fraudulent activity are detected, as well as help protect your computer from viruses, keylogging, and other serious threats. Plus, with Identity Guard's dynamic credit management resources and tools, you will have helpful information as you make better financial and credit decisions. Identity Guard includes $1 million identity theft insurance and lost wallet protection, and more if you ever do become a victim. Protect your ID for as little as $6 per month. Yes, that's only $6 per month by visiting lookaftermyid.com. That's lookaftermyid.com to securely sign up for Identity Guard today.
A single K plan is a 401k plan designed especially for business owners and immediate family, regardless if they are incorporated or not. Single Ks offer both employer and employee contributions and in many cases have no setup fee or annual plan administrative charges. Single Ks are simple to administer with no government reporting required. Most importantly, this plan allows employees to access their savings via hardship withdrawals or loans. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com or call us about your business or organization's retirement plan at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Polaris provides empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA, and SIPC. Investment advisor services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
Polaris is introducing a way for you to get empowering financial advice, save, and plan. If you are like a lot of people, you'd like to work with a financial planner, but don't know if you earn or have enough to invest. Save and Plan will allow us to work with nearly anyone from young professionals to retirees looking to travel the world. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis, directly from your account, and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up, Polaris gives you a customized financial plan, a real person to speak with, and information to help you make good financial. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com. Call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone. Securities, insurance, and advisory services offered through FSC Securities Corporation. Member FINRA. SIPC. Insurance services offered through Polaris Insurance Agency, Inc., which is not affiliated with FSC Securities Corporation.
Yo, I ain't seen you in a minute, but I got something to tell you. Listen.
See the thing about you that caught my eye is the same thing that makes me change my mind. Kinda hard to explain, but girl, I'll try. You need to sit down, this may take a while. See this girl, she sorta looks just like you. She even smiles just the way you do. So innocent she seemed, but I was fooled. I'm reminded when I look at you.
My name is Justin Johnson. I am a student at Howard University. Welcome back to the family meeting.
Yeah, y'all. So, Yes, your boy the cynic today. Your boy the cynic.
Yes.
Let me go back to this thing about white dudes again. Shall I?
Sure.
So they mad. Okay, so let's presume for a second that the data is correct. We don't know it to be correct. We know this is information that was shared with us, and it seems to line up with the knowable, findable data. 28% of the population is responsible for 62% of the statutory rapes. A third of the population is responsible for 62% of pedophiles. So let's say that 28%, that 1/3, was black men. The question that we often hear, when you point to similar data that shows that black men are punching above their weight class, they're outperforming their proportionality of the population, it's the parents. Isn't that what they say all the time? I mean, you know, or their father is not in the home. But what other things they come up with? Gang culture. Black on black crime. Listen, it's because of black women, right?
Because we're all whores.
Oh my God, are you kidding? You're hypersexualized.
Oh my gosh, all the time.
Rap video vixens. That's all you are.
Yep.
Right? And if it wasn't for them always driving the libido up for these black men, they wouldn't do this.
That's right. It's our fault that we get raped. It's all our fault.
That's right. That's right. So let me go back to the parents thing, because that's usually the center of the discussion when you have segments of the population that outperform their proportionality. I have to ask the question, what is white parenthood like?
Wow.
That you're raising little white boys to become grown men pedophiles. Oh, that hurts. You don't want to hear that, do you? You don't want to hear that. Oh, that's racist. That's a question. Is it a legitimate question?
Yes, it is.
75% of incest perpetrators. What are white parents doing that's producing 75% of the incest perpetrators? Okay, so that's a question that we can put in the ether.
Yeah.
The bigger question is, why can't I ask that question?
Right. Ding, ding, ding.
What is it about that question that just is completely out of bounds, that we shouldn't ask, and that makes me, or anybody who wonders that, a racist? Because we know that if we plucked out the white dudes and put in the black dudes, it would be a legitimate question.
Yes.
All day long. So that question stands. It's in the ether now. And we probably don't even have an answer. It probably requires some PhD's psychoanalysis of, or I have no idea. Anything that I would give you would be speculating. What I do know is that, so I grew up I spent a good deal of the middle part of my schooling years in white communities. And it always shocked me how quickly my white friends would yell at their parents.
Yeah, because we don't get to do that.
And cuss at their parents.
I know, what?
And we, as black people, we know that's not something we do in our households. And if you
It's
see it
not
happening,
it's not even considered.
right. If you see it happening in a black household, something's going wrong
Something's
there.
wrong,
It's
yeah.
worth analyzing what the problem is, right? and I'm not suggesting it's all. And I hate that I have to say that to you because that's where people will go. That you're saying all white men. I'm not saying. I'm saying 75% of them. I didn't say all of them. No, let me take that. I said it wrong. It's not that 75% of white men are incest perpetrators. 75% of incest arrests are white men.
Okay.
I don't know the global number, how many incest arrests there have been.
Sure. Gotcha.
Right. So I want to be clear, especially Adrian, because he likes math. You know how he does. Right? But if you represent 28% of the population, it would follow that you should be 28% of the incest perpetrators. But you're almost 3 times that. So what are white parents doing? And I would ask the same question of black parents. If for data that shows that black boys or black women punch above their weight in terms of antisocial behavior. I would ask the same question. In fact, I'm offering that question across the board. What are white parents doing to produce white men that do this? See how uncomfortable that feels? Welcome to being black.
Yep.
I think it's worthy, and it won't happen in this environment. I think it's worth someone, and they would never do it. Some PhD somewhere doing a study. You got to ask that question of every part of the population that's punching above their weight, including the good stuff.
Yeah.
Try this on for size. Something like 94% of the Fortune 500 CEOs, it's less than that. It's 92% last number I saw. It may have changed since I saw it last. Are white men.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that white parents are doing so that you're producing white CEOs? And why can't we all do that?
Who's to say that just because they're a CEO, they're a healthy-minded person?
I didn't say they were healthy. I said they ended up being CEOs. Didn't say anything else about their character.
Okay, well, just so, I don't know.
They could be a CEO pedophile. So they're part of the 90%, and they're also part of the 60%.
Okay, so but the question implies that the CEO is superior in some way. That's the way I received it.
Well, I mean, but arguably, this person has achieved at a high level. If they've ascended to CEO, they've done something right.
That doesn't make them a good person.
I know it doesn't, because they could be part of both groups, right? Right, I get that. But I'm saying that you've ascended to be CEO, so you did something right. If you did one of these things, you did something wrong too.
Unless you are a Musk, a Trump, or a Thiel who had money given to them first.
Okay, maybe it's that. Maybe it's the stolen money. Maybe it's generational wealth. But I'm asking you, what have you done to get you there? It's the same question I ask all the time. We're asking, why are traditionally black neighborhoods infested with crime and gangs? And my question is, why is your neighborhood not?
Mm-hmm.
Both are legitimate questions, I think, just like the question of why y'all are producing so many child porn arrests. You 60%, almost 60% of child porn arrests.
Yeah.
Why? What are you parents doing to these young white dudes to make them almost 60% of child porn arrests? How are you raising them? Too many Pop-Tarts? Fig Newtons? What happened?
How dare you bring a Pop-Tart into that argument?
I'm just saying, man.
It's not the Pop-Tart.
And the larger question is, why are you offended by the question?
Right, that's the real question. I have something to say to you from Dawn.
Dawn's upset with me?
No. She says, I love you, Eric. Although your delivery or perspective can be frustrating, you truly have a talent to promote thought.
Oh, stop.
She's right about that.
She's not.
She is.
She doesn't know what
Just
she's
take
talking
it.
about.
Just take it. How
She
about
doesn't know what
that?
she's talking about.
Just, you know what? You can't disregard her thought. Ugh.
You said ugh? Did you say ugh?
That's my kidney bone pain sound.
I kind of appreciate that, Dawn. I kind of do.
You should.
But see what I get when I do public events, right? Is people tell me something similar to that, right? And that's cool. But answer the damn question I just answered. I appreciate that, but answer the damn question I just asked.
Well, some people need a little time to mull it over because it makes you, when you run across somebody who makes you think outside of your own box, there's a little pain.
It's hurtful to contemplate that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's hurtful to contemplate that. I get that.
So, give them.
I get it. I get it.
Give them some time to work it out.
How much time should they get?
Let's try to come back here next week at the same time, same place, and see.
They put it aside and won't think about it no more. It's just a
they're
terrible
going to
thought.
think about it all week.
In the meantime, I get hate mail the whole week. You're a racist, and we're coming to get you. We're going to shut your business down. We're going to call your boss. Ain't got no boss, by the way.
That's right.
I'm the boss.
That's right.
I got to do all that all week long. What you going to do about them? These are the same people for whom they're part of their clan are pedophiles.
By the way, I don't want any of those people calling me next week.
Oh, yeah, they're going to call you. What's wrong with your boy? Doesn't he know? We don't say that kind of stuff out loud. We don't say that kind of stuff out loud.
That's right. May I make that announcement?
Go ahead, please do.
That I will be subbing for Richard Chew and
Choose Views.
Choose Views all week. Oh, so nervous. All week.
6 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Yes.
every weekday this week.
Get up with me and call me.
Well, you're giving Rich a chance to go out and play grab ass with Ann somewhere.
I know, right?
That's a good thing for him.
I know,
Yeah.
for both of them.
Yeah. But meanwhile, you got to be there before 6 a.m.
Yeah.
No, I'm not coming. Nope. Not at all. I'm not coming. That's too early for me.
You can call in.
I might do that. It's a whole different vibe, though. We got to, give me some rhythm room, and I might do it. Give me some rhythm room. If you give me some rhythm room, I'll give you something to chew on.
Yeah.
So you want me to get on there in the morning before you get started real good and just piss everybody off?
No,
so the
that's
phones
exactly
ring?
the opposite of what I
You have the phones all lit up, and you.
But then you hang up, and I got to do it.
All you got to do is say, he didn't mean it that way. That's all you got to say.
I would never say that.
So I probably did mean it that way.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so the questions are out there, guys. Right? And yeah, they're meant to make you think. Think about what's exactly going on here. Next time you look at television and you see somebody on television telling you that somebody other than a white man are perpetrating these abhorrent behaviors, think about the data for a second. Think about the data.
Honestly, if you're paying any attention, half of this administration is under investigation,
they just keep
indictment
getting arrested and thrown in jail.
for child abuse.
These are really, really,
They're
really
skanky people.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, the data follows.
It's true.
That's right. All right, y'all. That's all the time we have. I want to thank you for yours. I hope I've effectively pissed you off. And we welcome your hate mail. Mail it to the station. They'll read it. I probably won't see it. Thank you, Michelle, for the news.
Welcome.
Are we hanging around for a while?
I want to, but I don't know if I should.
Okay, if you don't want to.
I have preparation.
Yeah, that's right. All right, tune into the family meeting every Sunday at 4. I am your host with my girl, Michelle. Eric Grant. Peace.
Design. Keep my dad laced up with fly getting makeup. But you should see her when she wake up. Never could we break up. Shop till you drop, cause the cream don't stop. Buy a bunch of outfits that's sexy and hot. So she could look good for Heavy D.
Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, tell everybody what it takes to prepare, Michelle.
So there's a template that Richard provided for me when I subbed for him the first
There's
time.
a template.
A template.
Should we have a template?
No.
What's a template look like?
I'm going to tell you. You asked
Tell me about how the template looks.
Well, so when you start the show, there are things that you must say. You got to talk about the next shows, and you got to talk about Credo Mobile and some other stuff. And then I will introduce myself, and then I'll say a little something, and then I will start talking about different news events that happen that interest me particularly.
Oh, you get to create that content.
That's all me. The only thing
So
that
you
I
got to do
don't...
that 5 times?
Yes, the only thing that I do not create is the opener and the little ads for the following shows. Everything else is me. And you have to create or be prepared to have content to talk for the entire time in case people don't call.
For 2 hours?
Well, it's really not 2 hours total because of the commercials, but you know what I mean. Yeah, because, sometimes you go, it hasn't happened on this show, but there have been a couple of times where, it's been really slow, and so you got to fill the space. You can't have dead air.
Well, you can, but...
Not if you're not having a conversation. If it's just me, you can't have dead air.
See, I've been told differently. I'm going to give you this little tidbit that I got from a guy that does television.
Mm-hmm.
Dead air speaks.
That's visual, though.
No, he was talking about radio.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he said dead air speaks. It depends on what you said before the dead air.
Okay, now in that instance, yes. But if I'm just like,
Then you sound crazy.
There was one time, I don't know if I don't want to get anybody in trouble, where there was an opportunity for it to happen because who I was working with had to leave the room. And I thought that they were going to come back immediately and couldn't. So I was waiting for them to switch it because it was time for commercial, and they never came back.
Why didn't they come back?
So I had to, I can't tell you. So I had to keep just going. And I was like,
What time do the phones start ringing in the morning?
They have started to ring from sometimes the moment I sit down. After I do my intro, there may be a call waiting. Yeah, they don't hold them like we do here, and I prefer them not to be held because I need some banter. I talk to myself all the time, long periods of time, but being on the radio is not like talking to yourself. So.
We had to talk to ourselves today.
But then you and I are here together.
Mm-hmm.
So we can bounce off of one another. But I know with every fiber of my being that if I wasn't here and the phones weren't working, you'd be just fine for 2 hours all by yourself, and you know it too.
I'm not that chatty.
I'd be like, gotta go. Thanks for coming.
I'm not that chatty.
I don't know. I think you'd be able to do it.
I had to do it once, yeah.
And it was fine, wasn't it? It was probably really good. It was probably some very compelling radio.
Yeah, I don't really care. Just do what you're presented with,
Yeah.
I don't care. I think some people got the impression this week in their hate mail that somehow or another that I am or we are journalists. And that, the stuff that we did here is not what journalists do.
We're not journalists, though. I'm not.
Well, I wasn't going to take the time to explain it to them, but...
Are they going on every radio show now and podcast and telling all those people that they're journalists?
Oh, no, because all of them didn't say that white men represent 70% of pedophiles. Or is it 60%? I forgot my number now. What's the number? 62% of pedophiles.
Oh, I want you to tell me what the...
Why does nobody say that? This is the white woman, by the way, who said this.
Because it's so harsh, right?
What do you mean harsh?
It's just... 1934 what?
What?
You said something at the beginning of the show. 1934 something.
What was I talking about?
statistics. And was it an acronym that you gave?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You said 1934, and I got that, but I couldn't get the rest of it in time. I lost it. I'm old now. Anyway, if it comes to you, let me know.
I wasn't talking about a year, was I?
Nope. You're talking about a group. It was a group of. Yeah.
Maybe you should write down like a complete notes or something, Michelle.
Well, I did the questions of complete notes, but I was just typing it because I wanted to Google it real quick, and I didn't get to finish it because you went to something else too fast.
Should I slow down next time?
Shut up.
You really should say that again if you need that.
Okay, I will. Because that was going to be good. You'll remember it. It's 1934, Hub something, I don't know. 1934. You said it right in the beginning when you were talking about all of it.
I mean, when I was talking about our questions,
Mm-hmm.
I had to write those down. I don't know what you're talking about, Michelle. I think you wrote down the wrong thing.
That could be true, too.
Yeah, I think so.
But there were numbers involved. That's a given. I didn't just put that they may be the wrong numbers, which is why it's not clicking, but there were numbers involved.
And your friends on YouTube remember what that was?
They're fine. I don't see them. Are we on still?
Yeah.
They're not talking to us right now.
Forget them then.
Who's there? Who's in the room? Why aren't you talking to us? There's Doja Media. She's there.
How you know it's a she?
I think I know her.
Okay.
Have I met you? I've met you, haven't I? Sorry.
See there?
I thought I met you before. I'm so sorry.
Well, you know all people look alike to us. All look alike, man. Yeah.
Norbert's there.
My man. That's the smartest Norbert on earth.
Yes.
So the conversations that I had this week, and we'll leave after this, because we've highlighted those statistics, are basically people calling me a racist. Now, that begs the question, well, how then do you define a racist? I heard, I can't remember this doctor's name. It'll come to me after we shut it down, I'm sure. But she asked a question of her class. She asked, if you're white and you're racist, I'm asking this of you now, right? If you're white and you're racist, what can you do to harm races that you don't like?
You were asked that question?
No, this lady asked this question of her class.
Ask it one more time.
If you're white and you're racist, what kind of things can you do to harm the races of people that you don't like? What do you say?
I have to be the white person now?
I'm just the observer. What can white people who are racist do to people for whom they're racist against?
Any number of things.
Deny bank loans?
Yeah.
Not hire from jobs, fire them first from jobs?
Yeah.
Any number of things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She then asked the question, what can black people do who are racist?
Well, nothing like that, depending on, there are people in positions that could do that to some white people, but overwhelmingly, we can't do that.
Right, and that's the demonstration of the imbalance in power and why some can be and some can't be racist.
Mm-hmm.
One of the essential components of being racist is it has the ability to act on your sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I found was is the people who didn't like us presenting and highlighting the statistics. And this week I spent the whole week I was posting any number of things that said, you know, here's another one here, another pedophile, another mass shooter, look at all the white dudes, they're out here. So they were using their powers they were attempting to use their powers as a racist to impact me. I'm sure they've called the station.
Sure.
The station know better than to call me.
Sure.
They better not call me about this stuff. There may be letters sitting there, who knows? I have gotten phone calls at my office asking about a supervisor. Don't know if it's them or not. Feels like it's them.
Yeah.
And any number of threats. Because we presented the data. And so in addition to asking the question, what are the white parents doing? Why can't we ask that question? You got to ask yourself
I think
that.
it's a good question. Yeah. Why can't we? Why is it offensive if we ask
Right,
it?
right. And if for some reason I were to believe you for a second that it is offensive, then how come it isn't offensive when you talk about my parents?
Yeah.
You try to do this all the time. You try to answer the question. It's not really a question to be answered. It's a thought to be had. At the end of the day, it's not quite rhetorical, but you have to sit in your feelings for a second and think about. Like you have to think about why you're uncomfortable.
Yes.
You as a black woman, why are you uncomfortable that I ask that question? And it ain't because my life is at risk or my well-being is at risk. It's because it's just, we've been taught that it's uncomfortable.
It's just, yeah, it's like, ugh, yeah.
You got to ask yourself why that is. And a lot of the answers to society's problems, I think, are embedded in that answer.
Yeah. And the uncomfortableness of it all is a form of projection too, I think. Why don't they want to know the statistics so that they can do something about it? Right? If they recognized and realized how high it was, that's danger, Will Robinson number, right? They should be concerned about that.
Should we be concerned that they like it that way?
I don't know that they like it that way. I would not say that.
Wait a minute, let me make sure I specify the it.
Okay.
They like being disproportionately represented.
No matter what?
In those antisocial behaviors. Is that a worthy question?
They like it? No, I think that they would feign ignorance about it all.
Probably.
I think that they would say that it's not possibly, it couldn't
Individuals,
possibly be that high.
because it's socially acceptable to respond that way. But
Right.
I mean, is it cultural? Deep down, is that who they are?
I think that's a good question too.
I don't know the answer.
I don't either.
I'm not suggesting that it is the answer, but I'm
know.
asking because the same question's asked of us. Are
Yep.
we inherently criminal and sexual deviants?
Yes. Yeah.
So we should get out of here before it gets dark. Although
Yes.
I don't expect they wander around the west side too tough. Don't need to run into them, right? Because they're pedophiles. All right, y'all, we out of here.